1852, it was the old Baltimore and Ohio's first line probing west. The grade for eastbounds is steepest at 2.8% from M&K Junction, that is just east of Rowlesburg, and up to Terra Alta. Coal trains are loaded heading east and empties head west. Westbound trains face a 2.28% grade from Piedmont to Altamont. This is referred to as the 17-mile grade. We'll work our way from west to east, starting at Hardman, where a helper set is coupling up to the rear of a caboose. The line is all double track except for a short section of single track between Grafton and Hardman. The next scene is at Independence, West Virginia, with an eastbound loaded coal train in the snow. This is the eastbound daily freight R316 at Independence, West Virginia. A helper set up ahead at Austin drops down the Newburg grade to lend assistance. Now the train at Austin has the helpers on the rear with a better pace. The helpers have a nice mix with Seaboard Coastline, B&O, and Chessie units. The 11-mile-long West Virginia Northern was a short-line railroad that was operated from 1899 to 1999. Its reason for being was for bringing coal loads down to the B&O at Tunnelton. After a grueling climb up to Terra Alta, a returning helper set heads west, back down the grade, crossing the Cheat River at Rowlesburg to help with the next eastbound. And now from the other side of the bridge, a eastbound rolls down the grade with lots of brake smoke. This challenging route through the Allegheny Mountains was more of a political decision assigned to the old B&O rather than the route engineering would have preferred. Rowlesburg is in a very large trough formed by the Cheat River Valley. By the time the four helpers run by, they will be shoving hard, as the train will already be heading up to the 2,500-foot summit at Terra Alta. Looking back to 1983, we find a blue B&O GP40 leading the SLTT trailer train through town. This hot train has 4 helpers to keep to its schedule. A freight train with point helpers includes a pair of Western Maryland SD35s. Just east of Rowlesburg is the M&K Junction that once had a branch line running north. This is another location where helpers could be added to eastbounds. The next group of M&K scenes show an old B&O Capitol Dome paint scheme and Western Maryland scheme on units that have long since been replaced or at least repainted. The grade here will be up to 2.8% for the next 12 miles to the 2,500-foot summit at Terra Alta. This location is the last that still has an interlocking tower, and that is soon slated for closing. The last 3 units consist of a pair of blue C&O units and an L&N unit. This is Graveyard Curve with another colorful mix of merged power. The nearby graveyard gave the curve its name. We are approaching Terra Alta, and this 1983 era train will demonstrate a time-saving method of dropping the helper power at the edge of town. Terra Alta at 2,582 feet is a good rest stop for not only helper crews but rail fans as well. The population here today is around 1,500. The St. Louis trailer train runs west through the backside of town past the tower coded CA for Cranberry. The town was once called Cranberry. The through line to St. Louis, the SLTT, cabooses, color position signals, and nearly all the towers are part of the past now. Twelve and a half miles east is a westbound at Mountain Lake Park, followed by an eastbound at Altamont. The second unit is a road slug. You'll notice its roofline is quite plain looking. It has traction motors and dynamic brakes, but no diesel or generator. CSX road slugs were built from older units such as GP40s. They add 4 driven axles to the leading mother diesel it's paired with. In snowfall, a westbound with empties runs through the town of Piedmont, Maryland. The last seen is a 1983-era westbound empty coal train at Kelly Springfield, named for the nearby tire plant. At the time, Kelly Springfield was the oldest tire company in the U.S. and a railroad customer. We have visited two of the B&O'S solutions to moving commerce over mountain obstacles. The 1983, 89, and 91 time frames will be remembered as a colorful era with plenty of interesting older diesels roaming Cranberry and sand patch rails. Both of these old B&O lines have been in continuous use from the 19th all through the 20th and now in the 21st century. Few things built and used by modern man of this large a scale have served a purpose for so long a period of time. Anything that could come to mind would be other rail lines that are still used. Now it's an all CSX operation with few traces of the past still remaining. What remains is the lasting concept of the energy efficiency of steel wheels rolling on steel rail when moving vast amounts of freight.